Good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP. It's 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. on the East Coast. I always like to say that, right? Welcome to the show. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. If you'd like to contact the show at any time, 706-889-9700. Email me, chief@fetchernews.com. Follow us on Twitter at FetcherNews, at FYNTV. That's a 24-hour news hotline there. You can report any news that you see or anything you want to talk about there. That's 24-hour. But during the show, if you want to text me and correct me, if you think you can or want to, no matter what you want to say, you could do that. Or you could text us and say, I want to be on the show. And our producer will get in touch with you about being on our show. Now, every day when I come in, I wonder, how am I going to approach the show today? Okay. How am I going to approach the show today? So I thought we'd have just a little bit of fun because I'm watching, are you watching the media's head explode over Paul Manafort and Michael Cohen? They're absolutely exploding, okay? And I thought we'd have some fun today. Now at 8:30, we have Carla's Corner. Carla will be here from 8:30 to 9. And then at 9 o'clock, we're going to take a deeper look into some things, just the whole total spectrum of what's going on out there. But I thought, let's have a little fun today because they are exploding. I mean, they're doing a timeline, all right? Now, Bill Clinton paid hush money. Bill Clinton did not want, was it Flowers? Was it Flowers? Or Paula, not Paula Jones, who was it? But anyhow, there was you remember the bimbo eruption, Bill's bimbos, all right? Bill Clinton paid hush money, all right? As the bottom line, paid hush money, didn't pay it out of campaign coffers, okay? John Edwards, which they have brought up, I think I have a picture. I don't know if I've named it John Edwards. I'm sorry, Amanda. I sent you a lot of pictures. Did I name it John Edwards? John Edwards, let's be clear. Now, not to talk about his $500 haircuts. Remember John Edwards' $500 haircuts? Edwards charged with election finance fraud, the New York Times, okay? And election finance fraud, and they're running with that. And you have the New York Times, the Washington Post, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, The Work, CBS. They all know that John Edwards was actually taking the money out of his campaign finance to pay his mistress and take care of their child. I think you remember they had a child. But that money was actually coming out of the campaign, all right, to take care of the mistress. And that was coming out of campaign. So he was charged with election finance fraud. Now, we all know, and you know out there, that's just has nothing to do, nowhere close to what the accusation that's being made today with the President of the United States. So we got Bill Clinton's paid hush money. I wonder how many times the late Edward Kennedy paid hush money. Well, I mean, after he murdered the young lady, Mary Jo Kopechne, was that her name? After that. But I wonder how many times Barney Frank paid hush money. I wonder how many times, some maybe just saying, let's not get all upset, but how many times some gay guys up there in Boston were going to come out and say something, and Barney Frank said, no, don't say anything. Let's make a deal. Here's, $75,000. Go away. Go back to the, Leather and Chains Club downtown. All right, whatever. I'm serious as can be. How many times do you think the late Senator Edward Kennedy paid hush money? The Kennedys. Wonder how much hush money was involved with just the Kennedys alone, right? And let's see, how many times maybe Chris died. The list goes on and on. But did the check come from the campaign of the individual to the individual for hush money? And we all know that. The Nixonian, this is so Nixonian, but we all know, and we've talked about it every day, that John Dean, the White House counsel to Richard Milhouse Nixon, it's actually taped in the Oval Office. See, they're not bringing you, they'll bring you a tape of Michael Cohen with Trump, a million things going on, saying, hey, I got to take care of something, boss. You got to take care of it. How are you going to take care of it? You check, cash, what are you going to do? I don't know. We're not going to split that down. But keep in mind, this tape that they're so fond on CNN was not recorded in the Oval Office. This is not somebody that was president of the United States. This is not somebody that was already under oath to defend the Constitution. It was not. It's still a private citizen, all right? John Dean, White House counsel, all right? The recording comes from the Oval Office. One of Nixon's biggest downfalls was deciding he needed to wire the Oval Office. All right, and I will suggest to you this, okay? It's a perfect time. I think it's HBO. I think it is. Nixon in his own words. Find Nixon in his own words. It's where the Library of Congress, they finally have released it several years ago, all of the tapes, Nixon in his own words. John Dean is in the Oval Office, and Nixon says, hey, you got to take care of this. You got to shut these guys up. We'll need about $1 million in cash. I can handle it. I can make it happen. That took place in the Oval Office as President of the United States. So you and I know that we can cut through every single bit of that. And we know that. How many times, okay, did we hear Flipper yesterday? Flip, he flipped, he flipped. Will Manafort flip? Will Cohen flip? He flipped. How many times? Now let's have a little fun this morning, okay? So I heard Flipper so many times, all right, that when I went to bed, this was my dream last night. You got the video, Amanda?
Smarter than he, and we know Flipper lives in a world full of wonder, lying there under the sea.
Back to me. They call him Flipper. I'm sorry. How many times did you hear Michael Cohen flip, flip, flip? Paul Manafort didn't flip. Will he flip in the D.C. trial? I was like, how many times can you say flip yesterday, right? Now, Donald Trump says it. So he's in an interview with Ainsley Earhart. And this is why I want to have some fun today, because I'm watching bombastic liberal media go crazy. And it's just fun to watch. It's one of those days, they're just fun to watch. Now, they're dangerous, and we got to talk about the dangers of what these people are doing. But we want to step back today and laugh at them. Even President of the United States, they don't understand how it works. You have a president in the Oval Office that understands how it works. So let's put it like this. You elected a president of the United States. Now, you know I support the Donald. You know I do. You elected a president of the United States that was part of getting gambling legalized in New Jersey, securing a gaming permit, opening a casino in Atlantic City, right? All right, so gambling, securing permits to build buildings in Manhattan, okay, and negotiating contracts with unions. Now, let me tell you this quick story, and this is a true story, and I mean this. I had a job one time in Manhattan, all right, and they cleaned it up. Giuliani cleaned this up, so we'll get into that in a minute. So I had this job, a construction job in Manhattan. So I go over, and I'm working in an apartment. We're remodeling an apartment downtown Manhattan, 34th floor, 28th floor, whatever, you know, but it's way up there, right? So the only way you can bring in the building materials is through the service elevator. So I got a $200 and some $1,000 crane outside, big truck, okay? Probably $15,000 worth of material on the truck to go up to the 20th floor. So you go into the freight elevator. First of all, you're not allowed to touch any of the buttons. You can't touch the buttons. There's somebody standing there, they run the elevator. So you look at the person, you say, hey, I got it, you know, there's nobody around, there's nothing going on, there's no reason. Hey, I got my material out there, how best you want to come in? I'm going to the 27th floor. And the guy looks at me and he says, I don't see you on the schedule. So what do you mean you don't see me on the schedule? I don't see you on the schedule. There's nobody here, it's me. There's nobody else outside. I don't see you on the schedule. The guy was telling me when he got $100, he would see me on the schedule. I lived it. I know what I'm talking about. So the point is, here's a guy that has deals with unions to build buildings all over the United States. You got Rudy Giuliani. If we have forgotten about, there was a hit on Rudy Giuliani at one time because he went after the 5 crime families, okay? Rudy Giuliani as Attorney General, go look this guy up. And he went after the Donnie Brascos and, you know, the list goes on. Giuliani went after him, okay? Then when he became mayor, he cleaned the place up. So Donald Trump says yesterday, I know flippers. And I loved it. He says, it's so funny that they think they have Donald Trump in a box, the President of the United States, this guy from Manhattan, that has dealt with this stuff his whole life of getting a contract and a permit to build downtown. It's not like you go into New York City and say, oh, the permit window. Can I get my permits? Sure. How much? Fill out the form and here's the amount. No, 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 no. That's a whole different zoning, all right? So Donald Trump says yesterday, I know flippers. It's funny and it's humorous to watch. These people think that they have this guy in a box and will Manafort flip. So the Democrats, we've got a whole list of things here for the next hour and a half. Carla will be in at 8:30, Carla's Corner. But the funny thing to me is, all right, now they sent out unindicted co-conspirator in a criminal case. Well, the President of the United States is an unindicted co-conspirator in a campaign finance criminal case. Who wrote that line for you? Unindicted co-conspirator in a campaign finance criminal case. So Democrats went around yesterday, well, I don't think I could sit down with that Brett Kavanaugh for Supreme Court. I think we should pull those hearings right now. We actually have these 2, bombshell cases. Paul Manafort, where not one of the counts, include the President of the United States, come anywhere close to the President of the United States. And then 6, get me Cohen plea. Okay. Manafort, not a single count of Paul Manafort's convictions. Out of 8 out of 18, 10 they did not get. So we got 1 juror that held out. It doesn't matter. If you're playing a ball game, if you win 21-2, you win. If you win 21-20, you win. So if 1 juror held out in 12 on 10 counts, that's it. So they get 8 out of 18 counts the government gets against Paul Manafort. Now they're moving down to the Washington, D.C. trial, okay? And the thing is, not one of those counts touch the President of the United States, have anything to do with Russian collusion or anything. So Michael Cohen, 1 out of 5 with tax evasion. So how many times on TV have you actually heard about Michael Cohen's taxi business? Huh? There's no corruption in the taxi business. Just saying. Just saying. Keep the meter running, pal. Really? How much possible New York City. Google New York City cab corruption and look at the years that the New York City Yellow Cab Company and the cab companies went through a lot. So how about, do you ever hear anybody on CNN, MSNBC talk about count 1 through 5 tax evasion, about Cohen's businesses? Not Donald Trump's, Cohen's businesses. Anybody? No. 6, false statement to a financial institution. All 6 counts, okay, have nothing to do with the President of the United States. But here is the guy that the deep state media, the fake news, says, hey, we already know the 18 counts against Manafort don't touch Trump, and we really have nothing there. But this guy here, okay, we can keep this whole Trump thing alive with Cohen because it's good TV. It's an episode every night. So 1 through 6 are actually the only real legal counts that they have against this guy. But up to that point, they have nothing on Donald J. Trump. So they throw in count 7, unlawful corporate contributions, and they throw in count 8, excessive campaign contributions. 7 and 8 are thrown in. And there's still nothing they could do with Donald Trump. Now, it's 8:17, and at 9 o'clock, we're going to come through and break this down. But let's say this, okay? So Cohen has count 7 and count 8. Manafort. Now, yesterday on this show, what did I say to you? Okay? I said, don't. I said on the show yesterday, Manafort. There's something about the fact that he wore the orange jumpsuit. Okay? Right? There's something about the fact that he wore the orange jumpsuit. He went into prison. He did everything but, okay? He did everything but, hold on, I have it here. I said Manafort, remember, Manafort did everything but flip. Nothing. He did not crack. All right? He was on probation. He got a bond, right? He got a bond. And then when he got bond, he got, they said he was possibly tampering with the jury. So what they did is they took out, it said on the bond, they said they revoked his bond. I'm trying to find a tweet here from the president. They revoked his bond, and after that, let's see, I'm trying to find this. They revoked his bond and they put him in jail. All right. So the president then says, hey, Paul Manafort's a nice guy. I hate to see this happen to such a nice guy. He's got a nice family. All right. Manafort is not a bad guy. He's got a nice family. I mean, this is just wrong what they've done to this guy. And oh, I have it here. So here's what they're going crazy over. I feel very badly. This is from President Donald J. Trump. I feel very badly for Paul Manafort and his wonderful family. Justice took a 12-year-old tax case, among other things, applied tremendous pressure on him. And unlike Michael Cohen, he refused to make up stories in order to get a deal. Such respect for a brave man. But he's got such a nice family, okay? Oh, so they're breaking down what kind of message was Donald Trump actually sending to Paul Manafort. Now, I want you to watch this clip. This is actually what the news is running. Put the party bus up. Do I have the party bus? This is the party bus. MSNBC every morning. This is the party bus. They're all on the party bus trying to take down the President of the United States. And this is actually what they said. Put that one, it says Senate hearing. I don't want to give the whole thing from a movie clip. Do you know which one I'm talking about, Amanda? Okay, this is actually what they're talking about, referring to that. Go there.
A witness that will further testify to Michael Corleone's rule over a criminal empire that controls all of the gambling in this country, and perhaps in other countries. This witness has had no buffer between himself and Michael Corleone. He can corroborate our charges on enough counts for this committee to recommend a charge of perjury against Michael Corleone.
Senator? Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Pentangeli. Mr. Pentangeli, were you a member of the Corleone family? Did you serve under capo regime Peter Clemenza, under Vito Corleone, also known as the Godfather?
I never knew no Godfather. I got my own family, Senator.
Mr. Pentangeli, you are contradicting a sworn statement you previously made to me and signed. I ask you again, sir, here and now under oath, were you at any time a member of a crime organization headed by Michael Corleone?
I don't know nothing about that. Oh. I was in the olive oil business with his father, but that was a long time ago, that's all.
We have a sworn affidavit.
Back to me. Now that is actually the clip from Godfather 2, where Mr. Pentangeli is going to testify before the Senate about Michael Corleone, the Godfather, okay? And Michael Corleone, Vito Corleone, okay? So when in the Godfather, when they find out that Pentangeli is going to flip, he's going to flip at the Senate hearing, they go to Italy and they get Pentangeli's brother. So that's his brother sitting next to Michael Corleone in the movie. And Pentangeli looks back and sees Michael Corleone sitting with his brother from Italy. All right? And he decides, I'm not saying anything. The reason I played that clip, the reason I'm saying what I just said to you is because that's actually what's coming out of the mouth of the media today. I listened to it myself, saying on this tweet, they keep reading this tweet. I really feel badly, President Donald J. Trump, I really feel badly for Paul Manafort and his wonderful family. That's the level, and that's how low they are sinking in the media. They know the truth about John Edwards. They know the truth about Bill Clinton. They know the truth about the Kennedys. They know the truth about all the hush money that's been paid by these politicians over the years. But for some reason, this one's different. And then they want to make an accusation to the President of the United States that in his tweet, he threatened Paul Manafort not to flip. It said, hey, you're such a nice, I'll give you a pardon later. Now, what did I say yesterday? Because we got to move along. We're going to talk about Molly, what's her last name? I lost her last name, Amanda. That's not wrong. Tibbetts, right? We're going to talk about Molly Tibbetts in just a minute. We're going to talk about the fact for 1 hour this morning on MSNBC, the party bus, not one word. From 6 to 7 o'clock, I don't know what they do it from 7 on, but from 6 to 7 o'clock, not one word about Molly Tibbetts. Not one word about the idiotic comments that are being made by the Democrats concerning Molly Tibbetts. Do you realize, it's my understanding, okay, that CNN is, every time they report the Molly Tibbetts story and they give the alleged, the guy confessed. Molly's running. He's saying stuff, he's driving down the road, following her, saying stuff to her. She says, if you don't leave me alone, I'm going to call the police. The next thing he knows, he blacks out and finds her in the trunk dead with a bloody skull. But he confesses to it. So it's alleged. We have to do that in America. We actually have video cameras see it, and we have to say alleged. We have the person confess, and we have to say alleged. So this guy confesses to murdering Molly Tibbetts. We know he's illegal. We know that he's been in this country illegal from 4 to 7 years from Mexico. We know that, believe it or not, that means President Barack Obama let him in. Now, when I say that, I want to say that not in any respect to President Barack Obama, but in the respect that if this guy would have murdered someone in the last, and he came 6 months ago, and it's happened 6 months ago, CNN would be giving you the impression that Donald Trump went to the border, let the person in themselves, and drove them to Iowa. But no, they don't want to talk about it, because if the individual from Mexico came in illegal, okay, through the southern border with no defenses that we had on there, at the time that President Obama, when he was president of the United States, basically gave stand-down orders to our border patrol officers on the southern border. So if he come in illegally 4 to 7 years ago from Mexico, that would be during the Obama administration. But he kills this lady. CNN will not say illegal alien to his name. Will not. That's my understanding. Will not say it. MSNBC doesn't mention it. So we're going to talk about that. But what did I say yesterday? And I'm going to show you now the work is to see if they can get Republicans to flip. They want Republicans to turn on the President of the United States. They're working very, very hard on that because they have some polling up from Fox News. And Republicans can't read between the lines on this one. And that's why I will get into that after 9 o'clock. Come back at 9 and let's break all this down. We got a lot to talk about. Right after these messages, we have a great 30 minutes every Thursday with Carla's Corner. Every Thursday morning, we talk about all the things going on in North Georgia from the Gilmer Chamber. And we'll be back right after these messages with Carla's Corner. Take us to break.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Days ahead. It's Truck Month at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, and we're giving you a payload of savings. Now save up to $13,000 off new Silverado Crew Cab LT, and with Days Payment Vacation, make no payments for 90 days. Or save up to $7,400 off new 2018 Chevy Equinox. It's Truck Month in the mountains. See Days Chevrolet in Jasper today, the North Georgia Mountains #1 volume Chevy dealer.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.